America never intended black people to be here long term. They never intended us to be here long term. In their opinion, we have worn out our welcome. So to help usher us out the way, they're going to bring the migrants in to exhaust all of the remaining social services so there's none left for us. They're going to take over all of the available industry jobs, low-paying labor jobs, so there's nothing available for us. Asians have already been chosen by the white power structure to be the priority minority. So the Asians are set.
Yeah.
The Native Americans have their reservations. Latinos are the migrants. Indians are already doing well, East Indians. Arabs already have their stake. Who are the only people in America who do not control any part of the American economy? It's the American African. It's black folks. Look at the Indians, their share of the hotel market. Look at their share of the fast food markets. Look at the European Jews with the banking industry, the Asians with the import and export. If you look, there's a color on every sector of society. What sector of society do black people control? We can't say music and entertainment because although we are the raw product, we are not the controllers of those corporations. Look at hip hop. Most of that is controlled by Caucasians. Look at Hollywood. Caucasian. What do we own and control? And if we are going to survive this economically, black people need to come together and decide what part of the American economy are we going to corner and monopolize. Because it ain't about competition. It's about monopolization. People are trying to monopolize aspects of society. Nobody wants competition. What did John D. Rockefeller say? He said competition is a sin. And what did the Rockefellers do in order to take over the oil industry? They sabotaged all the competitors so there would be no competition. America.
Yeah. I'd like to welcome everybody to my podcast. Yo, I am your gracious host, Jupiter 9. And I'd like to welcome everybody. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If you haven't did so yet, please subscribe to the channel. Please, you know what I'm saying, hit the notification button and please hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? But thank you, everybody, for tuning in, man. That was a little clip from Umar Johnson. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to sit here and say this has nothing to do with race or nothing like that at all. This is not, you know what I'm saying, anything racial at all. Let me get that out the way. It's about us as a people coming together and getting our piece of the pie when it comes to America, because we haven't received our piece of the pie yet. You know what I'm saying? We're owed reparations, number one, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of things that America done to not only just us now, but our past generations, you know what I'm saying? Our ancestors, you know, they stole a lot from us. They stole land from us, you know what I'm saying? They stole funds from us, gold from us, you know what I mean? So we're owed reparations. That's number one. But there's a lot of things that we can fix right now. You dig what I'm saying? Us as a group of people, man, we have a lot of power. And we don't realize how much power that we have collectively as a group of people. All these corporations bank on us spending all our wealth with those corporations that have nothing to do with our community at all. They bank on it. And you can see it from the advertisements on TV, how they market things directly towards us. A lot of these products are directly marketed towards us. We do a lot of wasteful spending as a group of people, man. You know what I mean? We do a lot of wasteful spending. And this is the thing that we need to fix with our psyche when it comes to economics, man. First of all, we need to learn economics, number one. You know what I mean? They say that the so-called black dollar circulates in the black community only 24 hours. So after 24 hours, that black dollar is out of the community. You know what I mean? Like Dr. Umar said, man, I'm not a fan of Dr. Umar, I think he's a con artist. You know what I'm saying? But I can't ignore some of the things that he say. He be dead on a lot of things that he say. A lot of things that he say, it's like 50-50 with Umar Johnson. You know what I'm saying? I think that's his name. Some things he say make no sense to me whatsoever. And then some things he hits it on the nail. You know what I'm saying? I have a big issue with Umar Johnson. You know, first of all, I don't know why they call him doctor, but anyway, you know, ever since he took the money and he never opened up the school, you know. So to me, until he opens up a school, I can't fully indulge in what everything he say and you know, I can't agree with everything what he say because he never opened up the school. That would have been something that could have been beneficial to, you know, the youth. So until he opens up a school, I cannot be on the side of Umar Johnson. You know what I'm saying? But some things that he do say, I gotta agree with. You know what I mean? What do we own as a group of people? We own nothing, and that needs to change because, you know, you got the immigrants coming in by the thousands each day. The government is just letting the borders wide open and letting the immigrants come in. Now, I don't know why they're letting all these immigrants in. Now, Umar Johnson is saying that it's to take resources from us and opportunities from us. That could be true, but it could be another plan in place that, you know, the government is trying to do with the immigrants. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in the meetings with the government with their plans, so I don't know. And Umar Johnson really doesn't know. It's all speculation. But when he said when it comes to us not owning anything, that needs to change. We don't own nothing. Everywhere you turn around, we're not in positions of power when it comes to production, owning businesses. And I'm not talking about, you know, little mom and pop stores. I'm not talking about the barbershop or the hair salons. You know what I'm saying? We need to get our piece of the pie and figure out as a group of people on what would be our niche. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their niche. You know what I'm saying? The Arabs, they had the gas stations, you know, the corner stores. The East Indian has the motels, the hotels, and the corner stores. You know what I'm saying? The Asians have their little Asian, little Chinatown, and you got the Chinese restaurants. Like everybody has their corner, their sector where they're prospering. You know what I'm saying? The Mexicans are the hard workers. You know, they I see them building homes here in Tennessee. You know what I mean? And it's like, what are we doing besides, you know, getting on the internet? And sometimes, a lot of times, we're making a fool of ourselves on the internet. It just seems to me, as a group of people, we're just people's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And I hate that. You know what I mean? We're just here to entertain people, make people laugh, make people cry. You know, we sing and dance for people, yada, 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 as a group of people, sports, you know what I mean? Football, basketball. Now, don't get me wrong. I love sports, but, you know, when you think about a group of people, that's the first thing you think about when you think about us. You dig? Sports, entertaining people. You know what I'm saying? And that needs to change, man. We need positions of power. You know, I've been, you know, I go to job interviews, this, that, and the third. You know, I put in applications, and I've never been hired by someone who looks like me, that owns the place, or someone who has a high position in that industry. I've never been hired, not one time, by my own people. Not one time. It's always been, you know, Caucasian, which is nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying, like, where are we at? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to economics and when it comes to owning things, where are we at? You know what I'm saying? And it's just, you know, it's sad, man, because our ancestors, in Black Wall Street, you know what I'm saying, and many other thriving financial communities that we had are no longer due to the fact of hate, you know what I'm saying, racial hate, us prospering over everybody at the time, at the time when we had Black Wall Street, we were prospering so well that Caucasians used to come and use our service, because not only did we have top-notch service, we had hospitals, we had busing systems, we had movie theaters, you know what I'm saying? We had grocery stores, we had gas stations, and on and on and on. All these, did I say hospitals? Yeah, I think I said hospitals. We had schools at the time. So a lot of Caucasians would actually use our service because at the time our service was better and cheaper. You know what I mean? So that put a lot of other businesses out. So, they had to put a stop to things like Black Wall Street, man. It's some others that I can't remember offhand, but we got to get back on the grind, man. That's all to it, man. You know what I'm saying? And start owning some stuff. You know what I mean? Start owning things. Start owning businesses. Start manufacturing things. We don't have no manufacturing companies, not that I know of off the top of my head. Slowly but surely, I see on like TikTok and stuff, brothers and sisters are owning like grocery stores, and things like that, starting to move in that direction. But we got to get back to production, man. We got to get back to producing things, owning things, just like he said, hip hop, man. We came up with hip hop. We created hip hop, and everybody wants to take hip hop from us. You know what I'm saying? And we don't own hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Even though we created it, we don't own it. The J people own it. You know what I'm saying? So something has to change. And it starts with the youth, man. We've got to start teaching the youth about economics, teaching the youth about owning things. You know what I'm saying? It starts with the youth, man. We got to get back to what we're known, what we can do the best, man. And that's be creative. You know what I'm saying? Be creative and start owning things. And we have invented a lot of things in America, but our inventions are stolen. You know what I'm saying? We have invented a lot of things in America that we use. This cell phone right now I'm using, that was invented by a brother. You know what I'm saying? The internet was invented by a brother. You know what I mean? We invented a lot of things. A stoplight, gas mask, you know what I'm saying? What else? Heart transplant, blood transfusions. I mean, I can go on and on and on, all the things that we invented that we don't get credit for. The light bulb, we invented the car, you know what I'm saying? Now, Ford gets credit for the mass production of the automobile, but we created the automobile. I forgot the guy's name out of Ohio, what his name was, but we got to get back to being creative, man. I think that's one of our gifts, being very creative. And we got to get back to being creative. We got to get back to being smart with our money. Stop wasteful spending. We do a lot of wasteful spending. And this is the thing we have to fix when it comes to our money, economics. A lot of times that we use money as a way to feel good because of our situation being so messed up and jacked up and poor. We got to get out of that. You know what I'm saying? Just spending money just so we feel good for the moment, instead of, taking our money and investing into stocks or investing into crypto, or something, real estate. We got to get back to that. You know what I'm saying? Got to get back to learning how to make our money work for us instead of us working for our money. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things I try to do, man. I try to educate myself. You know what I'm saying? I try to read on economics and stuff like that. I try to do the best I can to educate myself on how to make my money double. You know what I mean? I'm constantly reading on like economics and stuff like that, investing, just anything to educate myself, to be a better person economically. This whole thing is about economics, man. When it comes and boils down to it, all that stuff you learned in school, and I'm not a financial advisor at all. I'm not a teacher, but all that stuff I believe that you learn in school, like 70% of that stuff, man, you don't even use 70% of that stuff that you learn in school. This is about economics, point blank, period, man. Of course, you want to know how to read and all that, the basic stuff, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's about economics. And what's so crazy about school is they don't teach economics in school. They don't teach real economics in school. Why? Because they don't want you to know real economics, especially us. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the thing with us, because when we put our minds together and we stay focused on something, we take it over. You know what I'm saying? When we truly buckle down and focus on something, we take it over. And that's why they got to constantly put roadblocks in front of us, you know what I'm saying, so we don't prosper. But we're in a whole new day and time, man. You know what I mean? We're in a whole new day and time. A lot of changes are going on slowly but surely, but we need to do better, man. And especially economically, we need to teach our kids about economics. You know what I'm saying? Need to teach your grandkids about economics. So we won't never fall off like this ever again as a group of people. But we got to get our slice of the pie, man. We got to figure out a way to carve our niche or carve our industry. You know what I'm saying? And start to collectively move as one unit. Just like everybody else move. They move as one unit. You know what I'm saying? You got the East Indian. Collectively, they said, all right, boom, we're going to, corner the corner stores and the gas station. And then boom, that's what they did. The Arabs, same thing. We're going to corner the corner stores, the bodegas and all that, and some of the gas stations. Boom, that's what they did. The Asian, he said, we're gonna carve out our Chinatown and have Asian restaurants and all that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do our thing over there. Boom, that's what they did. We gotta figure out what we're gonna carve out and attack it. You know what I'm saying? Attack it and keep attacking it. You know what I mean? The J people, you know what I'm saying? Same thing. They cornered everything. You know what I mean? They cornered everything. Everything. From entertainment, movies, music, you know what I'm saying? They run it all. You know what I'm saying? Even this app I'm talking to, you know what I'm saying? They running this. So, we have to change. We have to make a change. Because if we don't make a change, then we're going to be extinct. And that's just keeping it 100. We're going to be extinct. We're going to be obsolete. And, we're going to be, non-existent, like basically. And it's getting close to that point, becoming to that point right now, because all these jobs, all these people that own these jobs in these buildings, none of them look like me. None of them. Know what I mean? Or anyone in my family or you know what I'm saying? None of them look like a so-called black person. None of them. And like I said, I've never been hired by a so-called black person, ever. Ever. And I'm 46 right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm 46. Never. And I started thinking about this last year. Like, it really started to, I really started thinking about it. I'm like, man, I look around. You know how you don't notice anything for years, and then all of a sudden you just look around and go, man, where we at? And that's where I've come to. This is where the realization I've come to. I'm like, damn, we're nowhere to be found other than entertainment, and we don't even own entertainment. We get a few crumbs, but that's it. We own nothing, and it's time for a change. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, it will change in the future, but it's going to take educating the youth, man. It's going to take educating your grandkids. It's going to take educating, you know what I'm saying, your kids. It's going to take a collective effort to get this thing back on track. You dig what I'm saying? But we running out of time, man. Yo, we running out of time. We're running out of time. And you know, I don't know, but it's not too late, but it's getting there. And now you got the immigrants coming in by the thousands each day. I don't know. Things are getting crazy, man, out here. But, you know, we got time to fix it, man. But we got to fix it right now. We got to start putting our stamp on what market do we want to corner. You know what I'm saying? What are we gonna be known for other than entertaining people? You know, you got the so-called American Indian. You know what I'm saying? They got the casinos, reservation. What do we have? You know what I mean? And we can't make the excuse that we don't have the money, because we are the biggest spenders out of anybody. We spend, I think I read an article, we spend I think it's in the billions, man, 1.9 billion each year on nonsense. Fashion nonsense each year, or was it trillion? I think it was billion. 1.9 billion collected as a unit. Do you know what kind of money you can do with 1.9 billion? So there's no reason for us to even have to beg a bank for a loan, or if we all just chipped in, you know what I'm saying? Not even a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? If we all just chipped in like $100 each, do you know how much money that would be? You know what I'm saying? And open up our own banks, and open up our own hospitals, and open up our own schools. Everything we do in life, we got to go to somebody else for it. If we go to a job, we got to get paid by somebody else. You know what I'm saying? If we go to the hospital, that's owned by somebody else. We got to go to somebody else's schools. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that needs to change, man. That definitely needs to change. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully I'll live long enough to see the change. I'm slightly seeing the change now, though. And that's wonderful, but it needs to be a more of a collective effort. Like, I see people buying land, hundreds of acres of land, and carving out their little slice of heaven, because they're sick and tired of the politics and the police brutality that's going on in the community, and they just carving out their own like little slice of heaven. I see that going on. Like I said, I see like brothers and sisters open up grocery stores, and you know what I mean? It is a beautiful thing, but it need to be more. Like, you know what I'm saying? It need to be more. We need more inventions by brothers and sisters, you know what I mean? And fundally backed by us. No need to get a government patent or nothing like that. They all need to be funded by us, man. And we need to come together and support each other, man. And this is what I want to say too about so-called black businesses too as well. Need to stop doing, though. And this, for the life of me, drives me crazy, man. They need to stop overcharging us. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big thing with so-called black-owned businesses. They overcharge us, and they charge for everything. You know what I mean? I mean, every single little thing. And the service, 9 times out of 10, is awful. And that needs to change. If you want support from us, you got to give us great service and respectable pricing. It don't have to be real cheap. I get that you can't go super cheap. You know what I mean? But the pricing, certain black establishments, the price be ridiculous sometimes, and it just makes you not want to support them. And the customer service be awful. So, you know, those are things that need to change with black-owned businesses. You know what I'm saying? Those two things, they can fix those two things, man, we be right back in the saddle, man. You know what I mean? We be right back in the saddle, man. But yo, that is my take on this podcast episode, man. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. If you haven't did so yet, please subscribe to the channel. please hit that notification button and hit that like button for your guy. And share this with everybody, man. Share my content, please. I appreciate it. But yo, that is my take. I am your gracious host, Jupiter 9, and I just want to say peace and love to everybody. Take care. One.